Hello everybody, and welcome to the very first video of the training series. I'm super excited to be with you. My name is Rebecca Shipp and I am now your coach. So today's subject is all about motivation. Now I know motivation, it just comes and goes. It's so fickle. You get all excited about starting a new project, a new business, and you're ramped up, you're motivated. But then after the weeks go by and you've put in all this hard work and all this time and effort, that motivation starts to dissipate. Then you're left with maybe some fatigue, maybe some disappointment. I don't know what's going on, but I've experienced all of these things. But I do know this, that motivation does not stay around. And how is it going to be that you're going to be your own boss, that you're going to have your own business, and there are going to be days that you don't have that motivation, but how is it going to affect you? How are you going to still show up and still give it your all and still move forward on your dream? Without motivation, that can seem a little daunting, but I'm here to tell you there is a trick. There's always a trick. Okay, so first of all, motivation, as we know, is a very strange thing. It comes and it goes as it pleases. And the one thing that people wish they could do is hold on to it for a very long period of time. So the thing is that we have to realize that motivation is it has its moments. And when it hits, I say take advantage of it and run with it. But it's on the days that we don't have it is when we really need the extra help. So I like to say that really it comes down to one thing: showing up. Showing up even on the days that you don't want to, even on the tough days, on the tough moments. And the thing is, guys, now that I'm your coach, you don't have to show up alone. On those days that your energy is lower and you're just not feeling it, call someone up, call me up, let's work together. Let's pump each other up, at least to get through that moment. I surround myself with some very positive people. I want to remain in a positive state, so I surround myself with positive people. But am I going to be happy-go-lucky and super motivated 24/7? Probably not. Those energy levels don't last, even as much as you want them to. Because what happens is that we're pulled in so many different directions during our day. We have so many different roles. We're moms, we are entrepreneurs, we are partners and spouses and wives and daughters and friends. We have a lot of things happening in our world. And so we're going to get distracted. Things will pull us in different directions. And so that high energy level, even though we really love it, it's not going to always be there. So this is when we actually need to just show up. It doesn't matter how we feel, we have to do it anyway. And I've noticed that this is an important factor of showing up. Showing up with a positive attitude, showing up with a smile on your face, even though 1 inch underneath that smile is probably a little hurt or a little pain or a little fatigue, but it's still show up. And I bet you, when you show up with that positive mental attitude, that positive energy, you are going to be able to push through. And then this is what I always say: all right, Rebecca, it's only going to take 10 minutes or it's only going to be 30 minutes or whatever it is. Just get in, get it done, and then I can go and I can relax. If it's something that you have to do to show up, then show up and do it. But also remember that if it's something that you can put off or reschedule, feel free to do that as well. If you feel like you just can't do it, reschedule that phone call, reschedule that client call. Start actually taking control of your schedule and your time and managing it to a point where you can actually know that you're going to show up on those days and give it your all, right? And then you can actually schedule some time in for rest and recovery, which is important, so you can come back and then go back 100-fold with that. So you can just give it your all and push the accelerator and go. Because we all know we can't push the accelerator for a very long period of time. You got to back up, you got to rest. I am definitely one who has experienced this, where I felt like I've got to go all the time, but then I got burned out, and then I'm like, oh gosh. Then my rest and recovery took a little bit longer than I expected because I didn't take it when I really needed to take it, okay? So to hold on to that motivation, I wouldn't strive to hold on to it. I would take advantage of it when it hits and use it. But when it's not there, I say show up anyway. If we can be disciplined in our actions, if we can be, if we really want to be a business owner, if we really want to take control of our lives and our time and create this fantastic future for ourselves, we've got to man up, woman up. You've got to say, all right, if this is what it takes, this is what it's going to take. I'm my own boss now, and I've got to do this. I've got to be disciplined in my time, disciplined in my effort, disciplined in showing up and giving it my all. And I promise you, all of the good things that you're putting out into the world, your amazing smile, your energy, the value that you're giving to people, it's all going to come back to you in some way, shape, or form, and it's going to be amazing, okay? So all that amazing energy you're putting out is going to come back to you, know that. So that's exciting. Okay, and now that brings me to another tip on how to actually take motivation and turn it into momentum. So we all have heard the New Year's resolution. I like to use this analogy. People at the beginning of the new year love to set new goals for themselves. I want a new relationship. I want to lose weight. I want. And they get excited. Motivation. They are motivated to get things done, to make things happen in their life. And that's great. It's fantastic. I love a New Year's resolution just like anyone else. But what happens is that people get tripped up in the next 2 to 3 weeks because they had that great idea, but they were unable to cross the finish line. It's because they didn't have a clear goal in place, or a clear vision, or a clear finish line in place to reach. Because what happens is, if your finish line is not clear, if you don't know exactly where you're going, what it looks like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, it has to be crystal clear. Then what happens between now and the time you reach your goal is that you're going to get distracted. You're going to feel like you're not moving towards that goal. The needle's not moving. And you're going to be like, why am I even doing this? And then you give up. That's what happens because there was no finish line in place. I would get tired too. If I'm going to keep working and not knowing where I'm going, I'm like, what am I doing this for, right? Make sure you have a solid finish line. And what I mean by that, a finish line is basically a goal. Where do you plan on ending up? Is it your goal to make $10,000 this month? Is it your goal to lose 10 pounds this month? Is it your goal to, and fill in the blank? So we need to make sure, because then once you have that finish line in place, you can actually reverse engineer that, and it'll show you the steps that you need to take right now in order to get there. Does that make sense? I love reverse engineering goals. I do it all the time. For instance, I'm about to move to Scotland. I knew there's a lot involved to move to a whole other country. So what did I do? This is my end goal. I want to move to Scotland. I want to live in Edinburgh, and I want to be there for minimum 6 months, maybe a year. What does that look like? How am I going to get there? So I reverse engineer it. Reverse engineering means taking the end goal and working backwards. So then you're filling in all these steps that you're going to need in order to get there, to reach your goal. So as I was working backwards, and I said, okay, I need a flight. What do flights look like? I need a flat to live in. What is how much does it cost to rent a flat? I have all these things and these questions that come up, and these things that I need to research and find out about. And before you know it, I knew exactly what my first step needed to be. And then I could see this whole plan, come to life. And I felt confident, and I said, oh, wow, this is great. This is encouraging. I can do this. And that's the thing. Once you have this amazing plan in place and you know the steps to get there, then it makes it so much easier. It takes the pressure off, it takes the stress off, and it helps encourage you and inspire you to reach your goals and to cross the finish line. Therefore, building up motivation, and when the motivation dissipates, then you've got the momentum still keeping you going, because now you're still eyes on the prize, eyes on the vision, eyes on the goal. Does that make sense? I hope it does. I hope you're getting excited about reverse engineering your goals, creating an amazing plan for yourself. And it could be something small. It doesn't have to be moving across the world. It could be something very small. It could be redecorating a new room, or possibly, I don't know, having a party. It could be something very small. But whatever you do, write out a plan, make it exciting. It's got to kind of, set a fire in you, because that's where really, the motivation and momentum comes from. It's about working towards a goal that sets you on fire, that you're going to be. Basically, this is what I always like to say. My vision is so freaking amazing that I will die. I am so on fire about it that I would die trying to get that dream to happen, to make it work, right? And so it fires me up. It makes me excited. And so whatever you do out there, whether it's your business or your career or being a mom, get excited about it. Find new ways to pump yourself up, to pump some energy. And what Tony Robbins says, pump some juice into it. Create a passion around it and make it fun. that's the one thing I'm trying to do more and more as I expand, not only in my business, but expand in myself as a person. I want to really enjoy every moment that's been given to me. I am grateful for every moment. I'm actually grateful for this moment right now with you. You know, I get to share my words of wisdom, my expertise, my talents, and my value with those out there who really want to take their life and their business to the next level. And I'm super excited about that. I'm so excited I get to share this time with you. And so that is the video for this week. And I'm expecting to have more videos come out your way. So be looking for those. And again, thank you so much for being with me. And I'll see you on the next video.